Hello and welcome to Relic Theories, where we explore the hidden systems shaping civilization, belief, and the modern world. This channel is dedicated to thoughtful, independent research and the exploration of ideas that may not always be mainstream, but are always carefully considered. If you'd like to dive deeper, research references are available in the description below. Today, we are going to explore the future of technology and ask an important question. How might artificial intelligence reshape the way governments make decisions? In 2025, a country in Europe introduced something unusual into its government. Albania announced the creation of Diella, an artificial intelligence system designed to help analyze government data and improve transparency. It isn't a president, and it doesn't run the country, but its existence raises a fascinating question. If artificial intelligence can analyze enormous amounts of information faster than humans, could technology eventually reshape how governments make decisions? To understand where this idea might lead, we first need to look at how leadership has evolved throughout history. For most of human history, leadership was simple. Small communities were guided by tribal leaders, elders, or warriors who helped organize survival, protection, and cooperation. As civilizations grew larger and more complex, leadership became centralized under kings and emperors who ruled vast territories. In many cultures, these rulers were believed to have authority given by tradition, religion, or divine right. Over time, however, societies began experimenting with new systems of governance. Monarchies gradually gave way to modern democracies where citizens elect leaders such as presidents and representatives. But leadership has never remained fixed. Throughout history, new technologies and social systems have often reshaped how societies organize power. Today, we may be witnessing another transformation. Modern governments manage enormous amounts of information, including economic data, population trends, infrastructure planning, healthcare systems, and environmental monitoring. No single person can fully analyze this level of complexity. Because of this, governments increasingly rely on data models, algorithms, and artificial intelligence systems to help analyze problems and guide decision-making. The introduction of Albania's AI initiative highlights this shift. Although artificial intelligence systems like Diella do not govern nations, they hint at something larger. When new technologies begin influencing important institutions, societies often face new questions about responsibility, authority, and also who is going to govern and be responsible for these new technologies. It's possible that with a technology shift, the laws itself may also evolve. So this raises an interesting question. If intelligent systems become deeply integrated into decision-making that governs the people, how might our laws adapt to this new change of how we treat this new technology? Will they have rights like humans? Do we treat them as equals? For example, in modern law, corporations are treated as legal persons. A legal person, in the court of law, is an entity that the law recognizes as having certain rights and responsibilities, even if it is not a human being. A corporation can be considered legal persons because they can own property, sign contracts, and be sued in court. This legal concept developed as economies grew more complex during the industrial age. Another example appears in maritime law, where ships themselves can become the focus of legal responsibility. For example, courts can sometimes take legal action against the ship itself rather than only the owner. This type of case is called an in rem action, meaning the legal case is directed at the vessel as the responsible object. Simply put, if a ship causes damage or owes money, a court can legally stop the ship from leaving the port until the issue is settled. In some cases, the ship itself can even be held responsible for the dispute until everything is resolved. In recent years, some legal systems have gone even further. In 2017, New Zealand passed the Te Awa Tupua Whanganui River Claims Settlement Act, which granted legal personhood to the Whanganui River and allowed guardians to represent the river in court to protect it from environmental harm. These examples reveal an interesting pattern. When new systems become important to society, the law sometimes creates new legal frameworks to deal with them. As artificial intelligence becomes more advanced, some scholars have begun asking whether future legal systems might eventually need new ways to define responsibility and accountability when intelligent systems influence decisions. Today, AI remains a tool used by humans to analyzing data, managing systems, and assisting institutions is growing rapidly. If this trend continues, future societies may face new questions about how leadership works in a world increasingly guided by complex algorithms. Throughout history, major periods of crisis have often accelerated technological change and reshaped the institutions that guide society. During the two world wars and the Cold War, new technologies such as early computers, radar systems, and the foundations of the internet emerged during moments of intense global competition. These innovations later transformed everyday life and the way nations organize power. These days, artificial intelligence is becoming one of the most rapidly developing technologies in the world, and governments invest in AI to analyze complex data and manage increasingly complicated systems. Some researchers have begun asking whether intelligent machines may one day play a larger role in guiding decision-making. If this pattern continues, the growing influence of artificial intelligence may represent the beginning of another transformation in how leadership and governance evolve in the modern world. As emerging technology makes its way into government guidance, one question is for sure to arise. In the future, will artificial intelligence be our new king and ruler? If you enjoyed this exploration of how technology and leadership evolve, consider subscribing to Relic Theories for more topics of research, science, and the future of civilization. I'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Could artificial intelligence one day play a role in guiding governments, or should leadership always remain human? Good day, and thank you for listening to Relic Theories.